Daily Insights presents 10 things that high-functioning anxiety makes you do. If you have high-functioning anxiety, you may appear to be functioning well, but you experience high levels of anxiety. Identifying this form of anxiety can be challenging because individuals who experience it are often capable of fulfilling their everyday responsibilities. They are successful in their careers and relationships, but they may still feel like they're being pulled apart by the stressor in their life. Even though high-functioning anxiety is not recognized as a distinct mental health condition, it is still a real and legitimate condition that may be affecting you without you realizing it. Here are 10 things that high-functioning anxiety can make you do. Number 1. Strive for perfection. High-functioning anxiety can be a tricky thing for you to manage. On one hand, it can make you more productive, organized, and efficient at solving problems. However, it can also make you feel like a failure when you don't meet your own high standards. This happens because high-functioning anxiety leads you to strive for perfection in everything you do, from your appearance to your work to how you interact with others. Unfortunately, because perfection is unattainable since there is always room for improvement, you may never feel like your efforts are good enough. Number 2. Constantly feel the need to be doing something. If you have high-functioning anxiety, it's likely that you find it difficult to relax because you always feel like you should be doing something. Whether it's cleaning your home, working on a project, or planning for the future, there's always a sense of needing to be productive. Your mind is always occupied with thoughts about what to do next and what tasks you have to complete. Unfortunately, this can make it challenging for you to fully enjoy your downtime. Number 3. Overplan. High-functioning anxiety makes you expect the worst and prepare for it. You are constantly on high alert, waiting for a catastrophe to occur and taking steps to avoid it. Your thoughts are consumed with what could potentially go wrong and how you would respond in such a situation. Unfortunately, constantly anticipating the worst leads you to perceive good things that happen to you as rare exceptions rather than the norm. This can create a significant amount of stress, not just from worrying but also from feeling like you need to be prepared for everything all the time. The result of this mindset is that you do not get to enjoy things fully because your mind is preoccupied with everything except the present moment. Number 4. Arrive super early to your appointments. High-functioning anxiety causes you to feel on edge, even when you're not sure why. This heightened sense of stress can manifest in many different ways, including always being early for everything. It's not necessarily because you're trying to impress others, but rather because you're worried about being late and having your anxiety take over. You arrive early so that if anything goes wrong, you'll have time to handle it before anyone even notices. Number 5. Procrastinate on certain things. If you have high-functioning anxiety, you might notice yourself procrastinating often. Procrastination is when you avoid doing something by finding other things to do instead. Even though you appear to be a go-getter, you may procrastinate more than others because of your perfectionism and inflexibility. This is especially true when you feel like you won't be able to meet your own high standards. Procrastination is a way to avoid situations that make you feel uneasy or anxious. As a result, you may delay certain tasks or assignments until the last minute, causing you to have to rush to complete them. Number 6. Feel guilty for saying no. If you have high-functioning anxiety, saying no might be one of the hardest things for you to do, and it's common to feel guilty after doing it. You have a strong desire to please others and help them, but this often leads to taking on more than you can handle. You overcommit yourself and end up exhausted, unable to ask for help until it's too late. It's crucial to remember that you can't do everything, and sometimes saying no is necessary for your well-being. Number 7. Overthink and ruminate. One significant way high-functioning anxiety affects you is by making you overthink and ruminate about things. You may have difficulty making decisions, feel like you're constantly second-guessing yourself, or have trouble sleeping because your mind just won't shut off. Even if it seems like something small, your brain will take it and run with it. It's like running around in circles like a headless chicken when all you want is to get somewhere. And when you're constantly ruminating over the past and what might happen in the future, it's impossible to focus on what's happening right now. Number 8. Keep your emotions locked up. You may be hard to read because you come across as having everything under control, even though you're dealing with internal struggles. The reality is that people with high-functioning anxiety are often adept at concealing their emotions. This is due to the fact that high-functioning anxiety makes it challenging to express feelings, particularly when those emotions are unfavorable. You don't want to trouble others with your problems or make them uneasy by sharing your emotions. Number 9. Clench your fists and jaw. If you struggle with high-functioning anxiety, you may notice that your body feels tense and uncomfortable even if you seem calm and collected on the outside. This is because when your brain perceives a threat or overwhelming situation, it triggers the release of adrenaline, which can cause physical tension as a way to prepare you to handle the situation. While this response can be helpful in short bursts, it can become problematic when it persists over time. You may find yourself clenching your fists, grinding your teeth, or holding tension in your shoulders and back without even realizing it. These physical symptoms can become chronic and contribute to feelings of exhaustion and fatigue. It's essential to recognize the physical signs of high-functioning anxiety and find healthy ways to manage the underlying stress and tension. Number 10. Stick to routines and familiar experiences. When you have high-functioning anxiety, you're not just feeling anxious. It's much more complex than that. You have a deep-seated need for control and predictability in your everyday life. You find yourself doing whatever it takes to ensure that nothing unexpected happens, as your brain is constantly trying to protect you from the world around you, even if it makes things harder than they need to be. Due to this, you rely heavily on routines and familiar experiences that give you a sense of comfort and control, and this can lead you to pull away from new situations or people that might disrupt that sense of security. This can make it difficult to try new things or take risks, as you're so focused on maintaining control and avoiding any potential triggers for your anxiety. When you have high-functioning anxiety, it can feel like worry and stress are your constant companions, even when things are going well in your life. It's important to remember that these feelings don't make you a bad person, nor is there necessarily anything wrong with you. It's simply a matter of how your brain is wired and the coping mechanisms you've developed over time. If you suspect that you may be dealing with high-functioning anxiety, it can be helpful to speak with a mental health professional who can provide you with tools and strategies for managing your symptoms and improving your quality of life. Remember, seeking help is a sign of strength, not weakness. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and share it with your friends, so we can keep making them. For more videos like this, hit the subscribe button, and remember to click on the notification bell. Thank you for watching.